Today we're in Hardin County, Kentucky, and if you'll listen, in the background you hear a very distinctive sound. Now a lot of times you'll hear these flying by. A lot of people mistake them for geese that aren't really up on their birds. You'll see a big V going by in the wintertime. And what we have in the background is a bunch of sandhill cranes, and here's Erin Harper, Fish and Wildlife biologist, and she's going to tell us, what are they doing here? Sandhill cranes.
This is a migration stopover site, and there's this one, they fly for 200 or 300 miles at a time, and they'll just find a nice spot to rest. That's a roost pond right there where they
roost
come.
Pond.
Yeah.
So they just kind of, that's their focal area where they hang out.
Yeah, that's where they come at night, and at dawn they started to the surrounding cornfields and everywhere, and they started feeding, and they'll feed for half an hour or so and then come back and hang out a little bit more and then go feed again. And as you can see, there are probably 150 or so out there right now.
So where have they been?
They fly to Florida, Georgia, places much warmer than here.
Typically in Kentucky, I've not seen great numbers of them, but you said yesterday thousands of birds back here?
In this pond, 2,500, and in the whole area, over 6,000.
Now, is this common? I remember Barren River Lake fishing one
Yes.
time several years ago. We saw some down there.
Yeah, in the past couple of years that I've done this, the peak usually doesn't come until late February or March, and then they'll fly on through. And this year, obviously, they started coming last week, so I don't really know if that means this is the peak, if it's an early peak for whatever reason, or if the peak's not to come, we have a lot of birds coming. These are greater sandhill cranes, and they actually, in the 18th and 19th century, were almost wiped out.
From what?
Hunting, loss of wetlands, and through the early 1900s, we had the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, which came along and helped protect them, and we helped restore and manage wetlands, which kind of helped bring the population back. And they started out around, there were about 25 breeding pairs in Wisconsin, so they've come back from that through all that protection and everything to the 40+ thousand we have now.
40,000 total population?
That's the eastern population of the greater sandhill cranes, which are pretty much east of the Mississippi.
Now, how long will they stay? A couple days, couple weeks?
It depends. I think, based on numbers that I've seen from week to week, I think they can stay, sometimes they'll stay a week, maybe two.
They travel south, they feed around down there. Then on their way back, they start mating and when?
They actually start, and you'll see them actually doing their little dance, and they'll bow and dance around to each other, and helps with their pair bonds. So they'll kind of start doing that right now.
So they're kind of pairing up already.
Yeah.
Now, how many chicks do they have when they mate?
They have 2 eggs,
2 eggs.
and usually only one will make it. Around September, October, when they start coming down, they'll actually come down or they'll fly south with, a lot of times you'll see the 3 family groups, because they have the adults and then the juvenile with them, and they'll actually stay together till the spring. So sometimes if you can look close enough, you'll see groups of little 3 flying around or hanging around.
Now,
And
these
that's
are pretty, I mean, these birds are pretty good size. What are they,
Yeah.
how tall are they? Probably tall as you?
Yeah, they're about, yeah, they can get about 5 foot tall. So they're
Wow.
just a few inches shorter than me, and a wingspan of over 6 feet.
They're only going to be here for a short while, and once they come back through, they don't breed in this area. They're up north. And you won't see them again until the fall when they're passing back through. Now, will they stop over in the fall, or do they pretty much go on through?
From what I've only been doing this a couple years, and from what I've seen, the numbers in the fall, I mean, you'll see them fly over, but as far as stopping, I don't see them stop a whole lot. And sometimes I think they've started, because of milder winters, they've started wintering more north, so they actually will winter some in Tennessee and here.
This is fascinating, and I'm glad we got the call on this. This is sandhill cranes in Kentucky. Now, if you want to do a little research, look up sandhill cranes on the internet. Find out their habits, find out more about them. They're right here in Kentucky for now, and after they leave, you won't see them till the fall. Thank you so much for talking with us. And this is just a little tidbit of some things you see around Kentucky.